past 80 days or over 80 days has been stressful, but tiring and exhausting. But it's great to see all the support out here. And I just want to thank you guys for showing your support and continuing supporting us while we are out on the front lines. Some days are definitely not easy dealing with grain harvest. We're constantly being watched 24/7. They have 2 cameras up on the farm that are rolling all the time. And there was no cameras at the site until after we got there. There's a lot of accusations against us that aren't true. We've been peaceful, respectful this whole time, and that is what we will continue to do. Yeah. Whatever happens today isn't going to stop me. I'm in this for the long run, no matter how long it takes.
Right on.
Yeah, thanks for all you guys' support. Be like us here.
So 80 days ago, or I've lost track of how long we've actually been out at these sites. August the 24th. We went on to these fish farm sites, and they call us protesters. And today is day 83, and I want to ask that all of you present not refer to my nieces as protesters, because they represent a large body of people up and down the coast that have said no more fish farms. These girls, these young women, my nieces, I'm so very proud of them for representing our people in a very good way. And I want to lift them all up and give them a big round of applause for doing what they're doing. We are no longer protesting, we're fighting for our lives. Our rivers are going to dry up and they're going to die, and so will we. We're not going to make it as British Columbians if we don't look after our waters, and everybody here understands that. We understand that the salmon need our help, and that in our territory that there are so few fish that have returned that you can count them. In our people's history, for the first time in our people's history, you've never been able to count fish. There were so many of them that you could walk across the river on their backs. This is the first time this is the first time in our people's history, going back thousands and thousands of years, that we haven't been able to go food fish and put some in the pantry for the winter. And I fear for some of our children, some of our less fortunate families this winter. And so that's why we're here. And I'm calling for the judge, all of the higher officials, to hear the call of not only these people here, but people up and down the Fraser River, all the way up Vancouver Island, all over the Central Coast, and all the way up into the West Coast, the Skeena, the people up in the Nass, the Haida have come and said that they also support what we are saying. And so just recently went down to meet with the First Nations people in Washington State, who have also lent their support to us as well. So we appreciate that, and it might sound repetitive, but the support that we receive is overwhelming, to the point where we can't answer all of the messages coming in. But I wanted to say that again. We hear the call of the people along the coast and from all over the world. In my email box, there are messages that are written in Italian. There are messages written in Norwegian. There's messages that I've gotten that are in French. I'm sorry that I can't reply to everybody's messages all often, but we hear the support that's coming in, and it's very important. It lifts us up and it feels that people are listening, and that's exactly what the mission was over 80 days ago, was to elevate and highlight this profile and force our leaderships to sit down and deal with this industry once and for all. Sure. Ernest Alfred. ERNESTALFRED.
And do you have a title or traditional name you want me to use?
Fuck that. Your last title.
Do you have a title or traditional
I'm
name?
Kwabalas. KWABALAS. Thank you. Eddie. Oh, yes, please.
Just want to jump in here for a quick second. I'm Carla Voyager. I'm one of the coordinators. And also Melina Dawson's mother. Just wanted to give you a quick update that they are putting our case closer to the end of the day. So they're thinking after lunch sometime that this will be heard. So you're all more than welcome to stay and join us up there peacefully and listen to what goes on there. I guess we really don't know what's going to happen today. We have an idea of what we want to happen today, and we will just see what happens this afternoon. If they hear us at all today, that was the other thing that they indicated, that we may not even be heard today. So whether that's a good thing or not, I'm not sure, but that's where we're at.
Thank you.
ACMCIA, Jerusalem Squad, Wilma Swift, Melissa Boy Squad. My Wilma name is Jerusalem Squad. I'm from the Squad First Nation, and I'm here to be in solidarity with the Landis, the Muskamal, the Nama Lili Kala people who are occupying the fish farms. I'm also president of the Wild Salmon Defenders Alliance, and we have many of the members of our alliance with us here today. There are many more who are all along the river. We know that the salmon that swim past those fish farms also swim right up the river. And so the salmon that we depend on are the same salmon that the people on the coast depend on. And we've been witnessing for far too long the damage that Marine Harvest and Cermak are doing to the marine environment, to the wild salmon, to the hooligans, to the clams, and other marine species. We've seen these corporations go rogue by disobeying the law. They're required, they need to, by regulations, test those fish for any diseases before they're put in the path of our wild salmon. Footage that was taken this summer evidently showed that there's thousands of our endangered herring in those net pens.
That's right.
That's what you call illegal bycatch.
That's right.
Yes.
That must be stopped. We know that the fish farms are doing lamplighting to attract the herring to their nets and to other small fish to their nets. Some of them go into the nets and they become feed for the farm salmon, and they become trapped in those net pens. That must stop. We've seen and witnessed on W5 all their evidence showing the pollution that is being caused by those open net pen fish farms. And they're destroying the clams. And the fish farmers say, oh, the ocean, that has a magical way of cleaning itself up. That's hogwash. That is a lie. The oceans are already overpolluted, and we don't need any more toxic pollution coming from those fish farms to follow the marine environment.
Right.
And so we're here to stand in solidarity. We're doing fundraising. We're doing a benefit concert for our people who are along the coast who are standing, making their sacrifices to stand up to those big corporations that have deep pockets. But we believe, and we will never, never quit believing in the power of the people, raising the consciousness of all British Columbians. We have scientists, we have environmentalists, we have indigenous people, we have people from all kinds of backgrounds, the churches, celebrities, all of them are standing up and they're saying, yes, we've seen the irrefutable evidence that those fish farms are doing serious harm.
That's right.
Justice Cohen said, if they do minimal harm, then those fish farms need to be removed.
Yes.
And as our relatives along the coast have said, if you give them 3 more years, we're not going to have any more salmon.
That's right,
What's that going to do to the ecosystems all along the river and along the coast? What will the bears eat? What will the wolves eat?
Yeah.
What will all the seals eat?
Yeah.
They will be starving. What will happen to the sports fisheries industry? What will happen to the wild salmon ecotourism industry? Because they're going to suffer as well. So it's evidently and abundantly clear that it is in the best interest of all British Columbians to see those fish farms removed from the ocean. This is the closest we've come to getting those fish farms out, because we know that there is a growing collective force that is happening right now. A critical mass that is emerging, saying to the provincial and the federal governments, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Get those fish farms out of there before it's too late.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.